Welcome to the Uncle's Channel. Thanks for watching today. We have yet another TMNT video game that is announced for next year. Now, this is not going to be the last Ronin game. It's not going to be a Shredder's Revenge Part 2. This is a brand new game based upon Mutant Mayhem that's supposed to take place like right after the events of Mutant Mayhem, leading up into the next cartoon series or the next movie. So I'm not exactly sure of the precise timeline, but it's definitely taking place after the movie that we just got done watching. Now, all they've released so far is the developer of the game, who's going to be Outright Games, and they released a single screenshot of the game or a single image of the game itself as far as like, I guess, concept art. And all the story we have so far is they're fighting off a new mutant threat after the fall of Superfly, and they've not revealed exactly what the threat is, but looking at the picture here, I think we can piece together a probable storyline from it. But let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Now, obviously you have the four turtles here. You have Rocksteady, Genghis Frog up in the upper left as well. Nothing unusual about them. We saw those in the movie, but let's take a look at some of the other mutants that we're seeing on this picture here that we've either never seen before in any TMNT iteration or where we think they might have come from as far as like other TMNT series or iterations. Now, first off, we're looking at this mutant dolphin in the bottom left-hand corner. I researched it as much as I could. I cannot find a mutant dolphin in any TMNT series, any TMNT comic, a mutant dolphin literally anywhere. As far as I know, this is a brand new character that's created just for this game. And as far as like the design goes, I mean, looks pretty cool. I mean, I like his little baseball hat. I don't know, he's got like a little harpoon as well. I guess taking his revenge against people who probably used it against him. I mean, it's a good little design for the dolphin here. All of the character designs are done by Woodrow White, who did the designs for the actual film. And so they brought him back on board to work on this video game, and that's pretty cool. And so I do like the dolphin. We have no idea what his name is going to be, but he does appear to be completely original to this story. We're going to skip the little bee or wasp character for a second, and we're going to go ahead and move up into the hippopotamus here, who I had no idea who this would be, but according to my research, in Rise of TMNT, there's a character named Hypnopotamus, and he was like a magician, but I mean, it was a mutant hippopotamus. It has to be Hypnopotamus. They're just simply doing a little bit different take on him. Looks more like a professional wrestler here. I don't know if that's the direction they're going to go with, but that's definitely what it looks like here, more than the magician background that was given to him in the Rise of the TMNT. Above him is going to be Repo Mantis, who is once again from the Rise of the TMNT. As far as like his purple outfit, I know he's more purple skin tone in the actual TMNT series, but it's got to be Repo Mantis. I mean, this is definitely a praying mantis, 100% through and through, and so that's the only mutant mantis we have in all of TMNT. The only other option for him might have been for Manweed, as far as from like the 2012 show. I mean, the colors line up right, the eyes and the face sort of line up right. But the arms, man, those arms are 100% praying mantis, so I'm going to be leaning more toward Repo Mantis for him. Now, as we continue on our little rotation here, we get to what looks like a mutant seal. And I tried to find, are there any mutant seals in any form of TMNT out there? Sort of like the dolphin, I couldn't find anything out there. The only thing that might come up here is a mutant silverfish from Rise of the TMNT as well, because they really seem to be pulling a lot from Rise here. And so might be a mutant silverfish. Maybe, maybe not. That one's a little bit tougher to say. I'm going to lean more toward a brand new original mutant, maybe a mutant seal like I said. But cool little weapon he has on his back here. I don't know, I like the iteration of him. But let's go ahead and take a step back here and go back to the little mutant wasp that we're seeing all around here. Because there's not one, not two, but three separate mutant wasps on the screen here. And they all have like a very similar design. They have like a sort of a gas mask look on them. They also have these boxing gloves. So obviously this is probably going to be the main threat inside the game. As far as like enemy you're going up against, I mean, that just makes the most sense to me. Sort of like the foot soldiers, you're going to have multiple of a very similar look amongst the enemies here. And as far as who they are in the comics or in the movies, I came across two possible answers here. First off, they might be the Ooskitos, which is like the mosquitoes that carry ooze that can mutate different animals or different humans inside the Rise of TMNT. And that storyline's actually connected a little bit with Hypnopotamus. And so maybe they're going to be the Ooskitos. I'm not sure on that one. The other option is from 2012. There's something called parasitic wasps. And these actually match up really well as far as like look of the characters. And so I think these would be more likely to be parasitic wasp. But the storyline as far as like who they're pulling from, pulling so much from Rise, that makes me lean a little more toward Ooskitos. And so I don't know, that one's sort of up in the air, but they're definitely going to be the main enemy here. As far as like Rocksteady and Genghis Frog, it almost looks like they've swapped sides again. Because Rocksteady's definitely going after Raphael in this picture, and Donatello's getting ready to have it out with Genghis Frog at the top as well. So I'm not sure exactly, the storyline behind that. I'm sure they'll explain inside the game or inside the cartoon that's going to follow up to go along with this game. But as far as the concept art goes, I like the way it looks. I know Woodrow White did it, so I like the overall design of it. Looks pretty cool. I think the art direction for this game is going to be fantastic. However, I don't know if the game itself is going to be a great game. And the reason I say that is because the developer of the game here. The developer of the game is called Outright Games, and I just don't know about them as a video game company. They've only been around for 7 years, and that's not necessarily a knock against the company at all, but they pretty much focus solely on family-friendly games, or really just kid games, and really Nickelodeon games if you want to get really just sort of down to it. It's a very, I guess, narrow focus on the games they go for. I mean, they did things like Crayola Scoot, Ugly Dolls, Jumanji, Troll Hunters, Ben 10, Paw Patrol, Bratz, Total Fashion, Lucky's Big Adventure, Paw Patrol again, my friend Peppa Pig, Ryan's Rescue Squad, Hotel Transylvania, My Little Pony, DreamWorks Legend of the Nine Realms, LOL Surprise, Coco Melon Play with JJ, Bratz again, a Transformer game, Bluey, Peppa Pig, Justice League, and Dino Card. And now they're heading up for TMNT. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say like those games are good or bad games I just read off. And there's a lot more on their list as well. But they're all just very, very focused on being kids games. And they're very much just sort of licensed games that probably try to sell a product of people who are fans of those cartoons or of those particular TV shows. I mean, they even made a statement out as the company itself, which it just didn't like, I don't know, really set well with me as far as like trusting a video game developer with, I don't know, the overall TMNT brand here. It said for the mission statement of them, the chair of the board of directors admits that licensed games for children are, and he quotes, a really narrow focus, but the argument is that it's quite a good niche. If you deliver a licensed game for a kid, you know it's going to sell a certain amount, and that Walmart are going to stock it. It's a good, solid niche. Now, like that right there tells me they're not focused on like making great games. They're focused on making money. And I'm not saying you can't make money while making a great game. I mean, obviously every video game company out there wants to make money on their game, but usually their priority is I want to make a great game that people enjoy, that fans look forward to. And if it makes money, obviously that's also a huge goal, but I feel like they're trying to put out a great product. Their passion is to make games where they're, I don't know, their mission statement really just starts off saying, hey, we want the money. We know it's going to be in Walmart. We know kids are going to buy it because of the name recognition. And I don't know, to me that just doesn't like set well with me. But hey, it could still end up being a good game. I'm just saying like the developer, or at least the publisher of the game rather, not developer, I'm just not a big fan of who they are and some of the games they put out in the past. And so that right there, maybe a little bit of a knockback, but still, I like the design for it. I like the characters design. I like this being the same art direction by Woodrow White from the actual film. I love the concept art here. I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with these new mutants. I'm looking forward to what these mosquitoes or these wasps are going to do. And so, I don't know, I'll at least play it. I'll at least go through it, and at least for the storyline for it and the art direction. But I'm a little concerned about the publisher. What are your thoughts about it? Are you excited for the brand new TMNT game? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, go out there, find a great game to play, and just simply have a great rest of the day.